everybody, it's me, New York vocalist Benita Charles. I thought this was an interesting item, so I am showing you this. Hi! How's everyone doing? Hello to the replay viewers. It's me, New York vocalist Benita Charles, for another episode of Singing Tips. Every week I give singing tips to beginner singers. And so I'm just hopping on really quick because I have a performance tonight, so I won't be able to stay on too long. But I wanted to stop by and give you another singing tip. I give singing tips every week to beginner singers. If you don't know who I am, I'm from New York. I'm a New York vocalist. I have music on CD Baby and iTunes. Moments in Love Volume 1 is my CD. I also have a single called We Can Make a Difference on iTunes as well, working on new music. But I had a lot of singers ask me about singing and they want to start, they don't know where to start. So I started doing singing tips every week to help beginner singers become professional. So I see I have 3 people. How are you doing? I can't see who you are, but I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. And if you will you please tell me where you are? I'm here in New York City, and for another episode of Singing Tips. Now, the way the show is designed, I was inspired by a movie about James Brown called Get On Up. And in that movie, and that was in 2014, I'm going to keep talking about that movie because it was phenomenal. And I love the movie. I hope they release it again. But there's a part in the movie where James Brown was talking to his manager, played by Dan Aykroyd, and the gentleman that played James Brown was Chadwick Boseman, and he was phenomenal. But there was a part in the movie where James Brown's manager said to him, he said, "This is show business. You take care of the show, and I'll take care of the business." And James Brown said, no. I'm going to do both. And that's exactly what he did. He was a businessman. He was an artist. He was the greatest entertainer of all times. So I'm designing singing tips this way. So we're going to have a show part and we have a business part. Now, right now we're in the show part, and we've done, so far we're on tip number 23, believe it or not. We've done, the first 10 tips was about your talent. The second 10 tips was about performing live in front of an audience. And now we're talking about writing your own music. And it's very important for an artist to write and release their own music. And it's funny because I wasn't even going to do this part, but then I thought, it's so important. I got the best advice. Sorry, with my camera here. I got the best advice from someone years ago who said to me, "Benita, you should write your own music." And it took me a while, but I finally came around, and I thought that was the best advice ever. So right now, I'm encouraging everyone to write your own music. Last week, we talked about what to write about, and basically, the bottom line is you can write about whatever you want. So this week, we're going to talk about song structure. So there is a method to the madness in terms of songwriting. There is a certain way that songs are put together. Now, I personally like the 32-bar song structure, and basically it's form A, B, C, A. A being the first verse, then there's the chorus, the hook. B being the second verse, then there's a chorus. C is what they call a bridge, and that's the part that kind of connects the first part of the song to the highlight of the song, which is the end. And then there's A, the end. So A, well, there's a hook. So the chorus part is always the hook. That's the part that repeats over and over, and that's usually your favorite. If you think about a song that you like, that's usually your favorite part of the song, and that's the part that you hear over and over and over. And so what I want you to do is the next time you hear your songs, your favorite song, I want you to study it. So, I mean, normally when you hear your favorite song, you enjoy it and you just enjoy it. But now, I want you to really think about what you're hearing. So, listen for the first verse, and that usually sets the tone of the song. The chorus is the hook. Then the second verse usually is a continuation of the story, and they may or may not have a bridge, which is another musical, a different musical component. And usually the bridge kind of ties everything together. To me, that's the way I use the bridge. And usually it goes right to the end, which is the chorus, and it just vamps, and it just repeats over and over. And usually the lead singer is just singing over that part. So just to give you an example of that format, my song, the Freedom Song, the first verse is, you may knock me down, but I'll get right up. You might have a frown, but I'll keep on smiling. No one can steal my joy. I'm just too strong to be able to feel what you want to and say what you want to. That's freedom. This is the chorus. To be able to love who you want to and do what you want to. That's freedom. No one can take my freedom from me. Oh, no. Now, usually that's the hook part, and that's the part that I sing over and over, and I usually get the audience involved, and they love it. And then the bridge, so I have a second verse. I talk about who I am. Let me tell you, this is me, and you're not going to get me down. Go right back to the chorus. And then the bridge, I say freedom. I got to be freedom. I'm freedom. I need my freedom. Freedom. I got to be me. And then I got to be free. And then I go right back to the hook. To be able to feel what you wanna, say what you wanna. And most of my songs are this way. I really like that format. And especially like having a bridge, because it kind of breaks up the monotony, and it leads you to the end of the song. So next time you hear your favorite song, I want you to think about it in those terms. Think about what you're hearing. Think about what's the message they're conveying. You don't always have to do it this way. I mean, I've heard songs where it's just A, B, A. No bridge. Usually it's one verse, the hook, a half of a verse, and then the hook the rest of the song. And so, which goes to show you, the hook is the most important part of the song, to be honest with you. And that's the part that people are going to remember. So I want you to keep that in mind when you're writing your songs. Let me know if this is helpful to you, but I have to pop off now because I have to get ready for my gig. I just want to let you know I'll be performing with Preacher Man and the Revival tonight in Brooklyn. The name of the venue is Friends and Lovers, and the address is 641 Clawson Avenue, Brooklyn, New York, 11238. Now, if you follow me on Twitter, I have a link. I tweeted out the information, the link to the Facebook events page. Just check me out on Twitter. That's Benita_Charles, at Benita_Charles on Twitter. Instagram, BCM Sings. You can check out the Singing Tip blog, and click on the bio in my Instagram account, and it goes right to the Singing Tip blog. So any of the tips that you missed, you can catch me on the blog. I also put these on YouTube, so you can go back to my YouTube channel, Benita Charles, and you can see all the videos. So just hopefully this is helpful to you, and I will catch you again for another episode of Singing Tips. I'm sorry I'm a little rushed, but I got to get ready for the gig. But I just wanted to come on and just say hi, give you another tip, encourage you to keep singing, keep writing, and let me know if there's anything that you like for me to discuss. Oh, by the way, I want to recommend a songwriting book. This book is a book that I really enjoy reading. It's written by a country artist. I'm not really country, I don't like country music, but I appreciate country music because they really tell stories, and that's what this songwriter, his name is Cliffy Stone. He wrote a book called Everything You Always Wanted to Know About Songwriting But Didn't Know Who to Ask. I found this on Amazon. Everything You Always Wanted to Know About Songwriting But Didn't Know Who to Ask. I discovered this book years ago at the New York Public Library, and I loved it so much. And I just happened to check out on Amazon, and it was available, so I bought it, and I really highly recommend this book. If anything you want to know about songwriting, he's a hit songwriter, and it's a great read. He's very conversational. He tells great stories, and it's an awesome book. I didn't feel like I was reading a textbook. It was really great. So I wanted to just recommend that. So thanks again. I hope that you have a wonderful weekend, and always remember, the gift that he gave us is for you to use. So you got to use it. Let it shine, yeah, yeah. Let your light shine, and keep on writing, keep on singing, and I will see you next time. Thank you. Oh, we're gonna end it with that. Let's see. I don't even know how to end this thing. So guys, I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I will try. Oh, here we go. And bye.